We signed our good, close personal friend, Sophie Cunningham, to a 1-year contract. Let's go.
It was close. It was close.
Can I be nosy right off the jump?
By the way, it was close. She just told you she almost went to a different team, I think, is how I interpret that. But I think she understands the value of being on this team and trying to win a championship.
Given this,
For years, people in the industry ignored what was happening. Awkward moments were dismissed, real questions were avoided, and rumors were quietly hidden by powerful influence. Now, 50 Cent is changing the story with a documentary that brings everything into the open, exposing a system built on power, control, and silence. At the center is Diddy, a man who influenced careers and dominated situations, while people like Justin Bieber were drawn into an environment they weren't ready for. This isn't just entertainment, it's a clash between the truth and a system that worked hard to keep it hidden, and now that silence is finally starting to break.
Let's just look. Right here, there was a stretch of games starting July 11th. This is basketballreference.com. Running down until August the 12th, where Sophie Cunningham was on a rager. She was destroying everything in her path. And she was shooting the lights out of the gym from three-point range. This is her three-point percentage. 80%, 67, 67, 62, 75%.
Justin Bieber's rise was shown as a perfect success story, but behind the fame, he was a young artist trying to manage life in powerful systems that didn't really protect him. Old videos and interviews now suggest a different story, where influence, access, and control often mattered more than basic boundaries. For years, these moments were ignored and treated as just part of celebrity life instead of being questioned. But this isn't only about one person, it shows a bigger pattern, a culture where people stay silent when it matters most. And when success comes at the cost of someone's youth, the real question isn't just what happened, but who allowed it to happen.
changes in structure and money and all of that over the last few weeks, like, was the contract better than you thought it would? Nope. Okay, sorry.
Nope. It's okay. I think,
Sorry.
no, it's fine because it's tough because I came off an injury and like, I haven't been in front of any teams. Like I had a lot going on this off season.
Yeah.
And I was fully cleared. They had all the doctors, they had the numbers and everything. But if you don't get in front of these people, then it's like, hey, like, are you actually good? And so that, I'm not even gonna lie to you, that was like a little kind of frustrating because I'm someone who like, I kind of shoot it straight where if I wasn't feeling good or like I was hesitant, I think I would have said something and like been honest because I'm just in the point in my career where I just want to win. Like I just want to win.
Dope.
And so
Dope.
I'm not going to put my ego and everything in front of things. And I know it is a business, but I think I'm just wired a little differently. I don't know. I just want to win. And so it was a little weird, but you know what? I think this is a great wake up call to not get comfortable. I think it kind of lit a fire under my ass even more. At the end of the day, like I'm coming back from a major, it was MCL. Like
Totally.
You know what I mean? And so,
Totally.
I feel good.
For years, 50 Cent stayed on the outside, watching Diddy's inner circle from a distance. He seemed aware of what was going on but was never fully accepted, and his warnings were often dismissed as personal rivalry. Now that more attention is being given to the situation, those same words are being looked at again, showing how early warnings are often ignored when they come from the wrong person. What once sounded like noise now feels more like foresight, revealing a deeper truth. People don't always miss warning signs, they sometimes choose to ignore them until it's too late. Diddy's influence went far beyond music, shaping who succeeded and who didn't, with many important decisions happening behind closed doors. Justin Bieber's connection to that world highlights a bigger reality. Success wasn't just about talent, but about navigating a system controlled by powerful figures, where influence mattered more than transparency and accountability.
Well, I'm mentally in a great spot.
Okay. So she was not fired up about the contract she got. But she wants to win a championship. And she recognizes the fact that she had an MCL injury. I am not bent out of shape over these comments at all. I'm just not. Oh my God, listen to her. She should be happy with the contract she got. Why? Why? If she thinks her value's higher than that, why should she just be thrilled with it automatically?
The bigger problem isn't just what happened in private. It's that the system itself stopped having real oversight, especially when success depends on being close to powerful people. When access becomes the main way to move forward, boundaries start to disappear, pressure increases, and speaking up can come with serious consequences. In that kind of environment, silence isn't random, it's built into the system. And it leaves a difficult question: who actually has the power to say no, and who pays the price when they do?
Raven Johnson received high praise from Sophie Cunningham after the first day of training camp. And you've got media outlets running with this. Raven Johnson is a freaking dog. We had our first day of training camp, and I just love her. And, of course, I posted shooting down the false narratives because you're already seeing people right now, going, see, Caitlin Clark and Raven Johnson, or Caitlin Clark and Sophie Cunningham, they love Raven Johnson. Do you believe either one of those entities or anybody else on this team was going to publicly drown Raven Johnson? No, I never believed that for a second. Did I think Raven Johnson was going to publicly drown Caitlin Clark or anybody else on this team? No. But we've seen what we've seen, and we've heard what we've heard.
Long before Justin Bieber became a global star, Usher had already talked about being brought into Diddy's circle as a teenager and dealing with pressures far beyond his age. That isn't just rumor, it shows a pattern. When similar situations appear across different generations, it stops looking like coincidence and starts pointing to a system where power, influence, and lack of accountability keep repeating themselves. The real question isn't whether it happened before, but why nothing really changed when the next young star came through the same path.
There are no false narratives. We've witnessed, we've heard come out of her mouth. And she never directly ever dogged out Caitlin Clark, but she did F you to Caitlin Clark fans and called them a bunch of racists. So there's no false narratives. These players were never going to publicly drown anybody. That does not mean that everybody is cool with each other either. It just does. I mean, rarely are you ever going to see somebody as low level as Angel Reese actually go out and drown her teammates like she did last year. That was good enough to get her traded out of town to the Atlanta Dream. These comments from these players, that doesn't prove anything. It doesn't. I mean, they were always going to publicly play nice, and after High Five Gate that we had 2 days ago, where she blatantly stepped back and wouldn't high five Caitlin Clark. Once that happened, you can bet Indiana Fever PR said, look, we've got to make it look like everybody is singing Kumbaya.
As pressure around Diddy grew, many insiders stayed quiet, while 50 Cent became more outspoken, exposing parts of the industry that few wanted to question. In a system where speaking up can cost you relationships and staying silent helps protect them, the truth doesn't just struggle, it has to compete with survival. And when silence feels like the safest option, one question keeps coming back: can real accountability exist in a system designed to avoid it? Justin Bieber has never directly accused Diddy, but his openness about anxiety, burnout, and the pressure of early fame points to a deeper issue. Thrown into huge expectations as a teenager and surrounded by powerful adults with different agendas, he achieved success without the support or protection he really needed. It may not give clear answers, but it does highlight the cost of growing up too fast in a system that wasn't built to put young artists' well-being first. Clip 7. The real issue isn't about legal terms, it's about the human impact. Harm doesn't always come with clear accusations. Sometimes it shows up years later as stress, instability, or quiet struggles that don't fully go away. When a system is built on constant pressure and non-stop exposure, damage doesn't need a single moment to happen, it can slowly build over time, often unnoticed and left unaddressed.